G'day everyone, welcome back to a brand new video on the YouTube channel today. I'm going to be going through every single team that I've tipped for round 6 and how much I think they're going to win by. If you guys enjoy this video, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when new videos coming out. Enough wasting your time, let's get straight into it. I will say I had a pretty poor round of tipping last week with me only getting 4 out of 8 tips correct. I'm just going to quickly run through all the tips that I did happen to get incorrect. The first tip I got wrong was the Ds. I just don't think many people were expecting them to lose to the Lions, and the Lions having to get it done by around 20 points, which is actually quite surprising. The Ds looked like they were going to be a top 4 side all year, and then they go ahead and lose to the Lions, which is quite surprising actually. But yeah, I don't think you guys can really blame me for tipping the Ds over the Lions. The next tip I got wrong was the Dogs. I chose the Dogs over Essendon, which was quite shocking that Essendon happened to get it done. The Dogs I thought could maybe place well this year, maybe finish just outside the top 8. But yeah, when they go ahead and lose to Essendon, it's just really not looking great for them going through the rest of the season. The third tip I got wrong was Carlton. I mean, Carlton kind of drew a loss, so you would kind of expected them to lose a game maybe this week or next week. Yeah, but obviously Adelaide happened to get it done. I think that's Adelaide's first win of the season, so I wasn't expecting it to be in this game that Adelaide was going to get it done, but they did happen to get it done, which is quite unfortunate for my tipping. The final game that I got wrong was the West Coast v Tigers game. I chose the Tigers over West Coast, and in the end, West Coast happened to get it done by 39 points. I originally did tip West Coast, considering Richmond were missing key players like Tim Taranto, and their odds just weren't looking good going into the game. But yeah, in the final 5 minutes, I just wanted to have a safe tip, so I tipped Richmond to get it done, and then West Coast got it done by 39 points. So I'm quite disappointed. Pretty poor round of tipping, but let's hoping they have a bigger and better round of tipping this week. First game of the round on the Thursday, we've got St Kilda Saints taking on the Dogs at Marvel Stadium. Now earlier today, I was looking back at earlier rounds in the season. It kind of seems like that both these teams have had a pretty similar season so far, with both teams winning 2 out of 4 of their games and both of them losing to Geelong by under 10 points. So I'm going to say that this game has a potential 7-point margin, and with the Dogs having players like Ugle-Hagan and Marcus Montempelli, I'm going to say the Dogs get this one done. On the Friday at Adelaide Oval, we've got the Adelaide Crows taking on the Essendon Bombers. Overall, the Bombers have had a better start to the season than the Crows, but last week, Adelaide were able to pull off an upset win against Carlton somehow, so I genuinely think that since it's at Adelaide Oval, Adelaide's odds to win this one are very high, so I'm going to go Adelaide by 13 points. Starting off for Saturday, we've got Pies v Port at the MCG. Even though it would be good to see the Pies get this one done, especially against a team like Port Adelaide, I saw last week in the game against the Hawks, if we just don't get our team together, we're going to have a pretty poor season, and I'm actually going to tip the Port Adelaide Power to get this one done by nearly 40 points, but I'm going to go 39, just so it doesn't seem like we're getting smashed. Next game, we've got Carlton v Giants at Marvel Stadium. At the moment, in my opinion, I think this could be game of the round. At the moment, these are 2 of the best sides in all of the competition at the moment, even though some would argue that the umpires have been on the Blues side throughout the entire season. But in my opinion, I think the Giants' odds to win this one are very high, considering the Giants are still yet to lose a game. And Carlton managed to lose against a team last week that was still yet to win a game, so I'm going to go the Giants by a potential 17 points. Next game, we've got Lions v Cats being played at the Gabba. The Cats have had a great start to the season, with the Cats not losing a single game yet. And since the Lions have only won 2 of their games so far, I think it's safe to say the Cats get this one done. But since it is being played at the Gabba, I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit of a closer game, and I'm going to say the Cats by 21 points. Final game of the Saturday, we've got Eagles v Freo at Optus Stadium. I think it's safe to say that this is a tip I don't really need to explain. Freo have been one of the better sides in all the competition all season so far, so I'm going to say Freo get this one done by 61 points. Starting for Sunday, we've got Sydney v Suns at the SCG. Now, I will say if we were back in round 1, I would be tipping the Swans without even hesitation. But from what we've seen the last couple of weeks, the Swans haven't really been playing the greatest game of football since they versed Collingwood in round 1. This team nearly lost to Essendon in round 2, lost to the Tigers in round 3, and only bet the Eagles by 26 points in round 4. And with those stats, I'd say that I'm quite concerned for the Swans going into this game. And I think if Damien Hardwick can work some magic, I'm going to say the Suns get this one done by 12 points. Final game of the round, we've got North v Hawks at Marvel Stadium. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against either of these teams, but I will say I cannot think of a more boring game of football to exist. Even though I think the scores will be quite close, with the Hawks having players like Jack Ginnivan and Jai Newcombe who had a great game last week, I think the Hawks get this one done by 2 points. And that just about wraps up my tips for round 6. And if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you know when a new video comes out. Also, feel free to comment below what your tips are for round 6. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.